Hey everyone, in this video we are going to be correcting sentence 3 and 4 under set 1. Sentence 3 says, "Pet iguanas like to sit in high places. However, it is still a surprise when one jumps onto your head." In the sentence we are going to add a semicolon. We'll also add a comma, and we have a spelling error. So now, if you think back to our semicolon rules, we talked about how we can connect two complete sentences using a semicolon, a transition, and a comma. This sentence actually meets that pattern very nicely. So as we can see, we have a complete sentence here, a complete sentence here, and we have our transition word. That lets us know that we can follow the pattern that we've talked about in the past. So my semicolon is going to go after the word places, and because I'm adding a semicolon there, according to my pattern, I also need to add a comma after my transition. Adding these pieces of punctuation actually fixes my semicolon and my comma error. Next, I have to locate my spelling error. And this is actually a spelling error I see frequently because I think it looks correct, but it's actually not. So our spelling error is actually this word surprise. We actually are missing an R in that word. Our word is surprise. And that would correct my spelling error. Our last sentence says, "Allowing species to become extinct is a big risk. It's impossible for us to know which missing species will upset the whole balance of the Earth." Now this sentence, we need to fix a run-on sentence. We also need to make sure we're using the right word, and we have spelling errors as well. So now let's start with our run-on sentence. If you remember back to our notes, I told you that a run-on sentence is actually two sentences being smashed into one without the correct punctuation. So to fix this error, I'm going to identify the end of the first sentence and the beginning of the second. I'm going to read the sentence again. "Allowing species to become extinct is a big risk. It's impossible for us to know which missing species will upset the whole balance of the Earth." When I read that sentence the second time, I kind of heard a pause right here. If I check, I can see that I have a complete sentence here, and I have a second complete sentence starting here. To fix this error now, I can do a couple of things. I can use a semicolon, or I could add a period and capitalize the I in its. However, because we've been talking about practicing using semicolons, I want to add a semicolon there. That would fix my run-on sentence. And now I need to make sure I'm using the right word. That error comes to us in this form, its. I need to add an apostrophe in this its. If you're not sure, why don't you add a note to your note-taking guide? When we have IT apostrophe S, it equals it is. And we can check that using our sentence. It is impossible. Because it makes sense for us to say it is impossible, I know I need to use the form with the apostrophe. That would fix my using the right word error. And lastly, I have two spelling errors. My first spelling error is impossible. I'm actually missing an extra S, so I'm going to write an S and draw an arrow where it should go. And my next spelling error is this word balance. This E should actually be an A. And that would fix my spelling errors. If you have any questions about how or why we've corrected the sentences the way we have, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching, everyone.